Good morning. Welcome to the fucking yoga company. No, not that kind of yoga. My name is Julia. Thank you for joining me online and supporting my online gig. I really appreciate it. This is Morning Energy Yoga. It is a class, a flow, I should say, since we're kind of doing this on our own. It is a flow designed to get you up and going first thing in the morning. I don't know about you, but needing that lately. Let's see what else. I don't have anything. My brain's not working quite yet, but we will get started in comfortable seated position. Whatever that looks like for you. It could be legs out, it could be leg in. The cross-legged happens to work for me most days. If you are sitting cross-legged, I'd ask you to unstack your legs, all right? Where you're reinforcing imbalance in this position, crisscross applesauce, or if you're of a certain age, something that's no longer politically correct, and rightly so. Unstack your ankles. If you're feeling very tight or your knees are kind of hanging out and your hips and your glutes are getting, I call it anxiety, but if you're feeling that twinge, go ahead and roll a towel or tuck a blanket or a block underneath your legs so that you can relax your knees. Couple things about the fucking yoga company brand. We are a therapeutic based, me. It's a therapeutic based style. I have a background in Viniyoga, so we're going to be soft elbows, soft knees. You're going to hear me say it all the time. It means a slight squish of the joint rather than being fully extended or hyperextended. Just a little soft squish in the elbow. Micro bends, you might hear them being called. Your joints are not designed to hold up your body weight. Your joints are designed to move your body weight. So we want to train those muscles to wrap up and support our joints. It becomes a little bit more important as we get older. I don't know, not me. I'm never getting older. I was promised nanobots. They haven't happened yet. I could just go on a massive patriarchal rant right now. But I won't. I think my coffee just hit. It's all good. So we're going to start in comfortable seated position. I take my yoga very seriously. I just don't take myself very seriously. All right. Pulling our attention and awareness from the external to the internal, taking a quick scan of the body. We want to check in and notice the state and quality of your physical form on this end of the at the beginning of the practice. Sorry, I just have to make a couple of adjustments. It's a high quality production, you know. I've been painting nonstop up and down ladders and packing boxes. I haven't finished painting in here yet, but don't look at that part. It'll be ready. Sometime in the next week, you'll be amazed. Oh, the wall's painted. It's okay. Let's pull our attention and awareness from the external to the internal. Take and scan. So I'm feeling some like mid-back anxiety, and some glute pain, and some shoulder stuff. So just notice what's going on in the body first thing this morning. We're going to move that attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking and check in. Maybe your to-do list is already up and spooling. We want to move those things off to the side. If you're not quite there yet, that's all right. Let's hold that open field of thought, that silent space, and use it to focus our time only on the mat, where you are at in this particular place in the space-time continuum. And now let's move that silence into the attention of the breath. So traditionally in yoga, we breathe into and out of the nose. If you are having any issues with that, just breathe. Remember, at this particular moment, Colorado is on fire, and you can hear it in my voice. I was outside a good portion of the day yesterday trying to get the house painted, and I am feeling it today. But just notice the state and quality of that natural intuitive breath. And now we're going to invite that breath to get a little bit longer and a little bit deeper. And we want to balance the length of inhale to match the length of exhale. So we're just going to work that into that rhythm. And it's the one you're going to try and hold and maintain for the rest of the practice. Don't worry if it's not the deepest breath you've got. Just try to work that rhythm. We want to focus that, our attention, balance our attention between the breath and the body. Wherever you are in the length and balance of that breath, let's exhale all the air out of the lungs. We are going to start with a nice, lovely stretch of the arms toward the ceiling. Reaching up with that inhale, let's connect the speed of the body to the length and balance of the breath. Let's come on up through that stretch. We're going to take our lateral extension to the right. I'm going to release my fingertips down, get a little taller through the rib cage, not actually through the arm. My arm is going to be released and open away from my ear, but taking that nice slow tilt to one side. Coming on up, and we're going to switch directions. Moving in repetition, side to side. And we're going to move 2 more times, 2 more repetitions in both directions. One more time. Let's come on up through our stretch, and we're going to take our first forward fold, tracing fingertips down, tucking the chin, rolling through the elbows. This is an excellent place for a block if you have one. If you don't, you can just rest your elbows on your knees, the calves, the feet, or the floor. I'm going to go to the block a little bit higher, just feeling that low back and core structure after a day of painting. With the next inhale, let's lengthen arms and walk hands back toward the body. We're going to slowly sweep up toward the ceiling. Nice big reach open. Soften the elbows, soften the shoulders. Tilt the chin forward as we reach back behind the body. And now we're going to let those arms drift down toward the mat. Tucking hands back next to the hips. We're going to take a little side lean with the head. So tilt an ear over to one side. Releasing down and tilting to the other side. And we'll do that one more time in both directions. Let's release the chin forward. We're going to trace the fingertips around to the front of the body and slowly stack cervical spine. I'm going to change the cross the legs. So if you happen to be sitting cross-legged with me, let's do that. If you're sitting one leg in, one leg out, just switch that bend of the knee. Take a little rock side to side, rolling the shoulders back. If you're sitting with your legs extended, lucky you, you get to stay right where you're at. Let's take a sweep up to the ceiling with the arms. We're going to take a little twist. So we're going to drop the fingertips down right below the shoulders and just take that gentle extension right, lead with the shoulder blade, take it right up under the ribs and then down into the belly button. We want to work that diagonal. Inhaling. Let's stretch up, get a little longer. Exhale, bring those hands down. Lead with the shoulder blade and take the body around for that twist. We're going to do that 2 more times. Each time you come through center, get a little stretchier. That is a technical term. Get a little longer. Little side to side sway. Feel tall through the spine. Feel that space through the ribs. Gentle movement of the shoulders, excuse me. You know, I always say people are going to snore or fart in yoga. I forget how much you're going to actually belch. Let's come on up and take our forward fold. Tracing fingertips down, tucking the chin, resting the body weight on the elbows. Let's wiggle the toes, relax the feet, unclench the teeth. And with the next inhale, lengthening up through the arms, walking hands back, sweeping up toward the ceiling. We're going to release those fingertips all the way down. Rest the hands, palms back next to the hips. Releasing chin forward. Let's take a tilt. And let the chin bow forward and take it to the other side. Oh, one more time in both directions. All right, we're going to release to center, tracing fingertips around to the front of the body, stacking cervical spine. Ooh, sorry, I got a little itchy. All right, I'm going to move my block out to the end of my mat in case I need it. And we're going to move to hands and knees. I like to pad my knees with a blanket. Knees and elbows, 2 places, the only bony places on my body. It's all right. It's all good. Keep telling myself that. All right, we're going to take our fists and rest them side by side, placing the knees to either side of those fists. A little bit wider placement of the knees so that we can be moving and stable. Taking the heels of the hands from 90 degrees underneath the shoulders, half to a full length, half to a full palm's length forward so that you can give me that little bend of the elbows. We want to put the body weight into the core, taking pressure off of the elbows. Let's start with our Chakravarkasana bow. Nice big inhale. And exhaling, we're going to release the chin, lower the forearms to the mat first, scoop the belly, and tilt that tailbone back toward the heels as you bow toward the mat, wiggling the fingers, rolling the wrists, making some fists. Inhaling. And we're going to do that again. Tucking chin, Releasing the forearms. Now tilt those hips back. Big long stretch. Wiggling the fingers, rolling the wrists, making some fists. Coming on up. We're going to do that one more time. Inhaling, let's take our WTF lean, oxen lean, push the hip out, look over one shoulder, big stretch into the hip and the obliques, and inhale through center, switching into that exhale. One more time. You know what? I got distracted. My husband emails me. He knows I'm in class and expects a response. Not going to get one. All right, let's take an angry cat tuck. A little tilt of the chin. Tuck the tailbone. I'm soft in the elbows. Arch the back toward the ceiling. Inhale through center. And let's do that again. Exhale. Release the chin. Tuck the tailbone. Arch the back up. One more time, inhale. Notice I'm staying super flat in the back. I'm not taking that cow arch into the low back. That's just not where we need to stretch. And that's actually not stretch, it's compression. Inhaling, let's take our full Shavasana bow. Releasing the chin, taking the forearms to the mat, sweep back into that fold and release the body. Let's open up the elbows a little bit, wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. And let's come forward. We're going to take we're going to take that WTF lean, push out over one hip, get a little bit deeper. And let's switch sides. Angry cat tuck, releasing the chin, arching the back, tucking the tailbone. All right, let's take an arm out. I'm going to the left. I'm going to open it up. We're going to take a modification of thread the needle here. Tucking the arm right around the chest. Try to reach around to the other shoulder. Inhaling, unwind. I don't do a full thread the needle for multiple reasons. Tucking, we're just moving through repetitions. One is we already compress a lot of the body forward. We very rarely need stretching in this way with weight bearing in the shoulder. And second, you compress that radial nerve. If you're a side sleeper like me, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And you're already getting nerve tingling in the hands. Let's place that hand down and go to the right. Big reach up. So this is a twist, and we want it to be a twist. And we're going to stretch the arm and the shoulder in a minute, but we're not going to do it by compressing it up against the body and laying our weight on it. And one more time. Inhaling, extend. Let's take that hand back. Give me angry cat tuck. Tuck in the tailbone, tucking the chin, soft in the elbows. Give me a little rock side to side in that curl. And now let's inhale and take our Shavasana bow, tucking the chin, releasing the elbows, releasing the hips. Open up those elbows, take a little wiggle of the hands, roll the wrists, make some fists. We're going to inhale forward. All right, taking our lean. And switching sides. we're gonna come on up. Big reach out, sorry about that. Sound check. Let's take our fingertips and turn them to the opposite edge of the mat. I'm gonna lower that elbow down to the mat and I've got it stacked right underneath my shoulder. Now here's the modification. I'm gonna lean. I'm twisting towards my fingertips and I'm leaning past that elbow and I'm taking that stretch through the lat and the rhomboid. So rather than collapsing, like you've seen this one where you lay here, which frankly doesn't do anything for me except compress my radial nerve. If I lean with my body up on this elbow, I can feel that stretch from my lat all the way up into the rhomboid without compressing my elbow. Not my elbow, my shoulder. And let's unwind it and stretch up. And let's take that to the other side. So big reach up. Take the fingertips to the edge of the mat, point them out, rest the elbow right underneath the shoulder. Now lean the whole body out, over, and past that elbow, keeping the arm up and away from the chest. Unwind, big reach up. Oh, yeah. Let's take the toes into the tuck and press to our feet. We're going to center the balls of the feet, balancing the weight, soften the elbows, shrug those shoulders down, push deeply into a heel. Nice big stretch. And switch. Let's do that one more time. All right, I'm going to look forward between my hands and walk myself up. Give me a little wider than a fist width between the feet. Soften the knees as much as you need to. Here, we're going to take an easy forward fold. So it's really about keeping those knees soft. The weight is a little bit forward. Touching the block if you need it. My knees are bent, so I don't really need to be that high. Ooh, let's bend the knees. Lift the head and shoulders, scoop up through the belly and take a big stretch up. Give me 3 big open arm circles, mostly because that's just gonna feel good. Soften the knees. Let's come on up. We're going to take a little lateral extension, then we're going to add a twist. So let's just take it on over. Nice, easy stretch. Don't overreach. We're just waking up. First time, excuse me, we've been standing on, well, first time I've been stretching and standing on my feet. Coming on up to come down. Let's head for our forward folding chair. Reach it on through. Rest the ribs on the thighs. Let the body hang. Lift the head and shoulders. Give me a reverse crunch. Nice, big, easy stretch. Big open arm circle here. All right, let's go on up for our stretch. Little lateral extension. Soften the knees. Not the strongest version, just a little reach. And switch. Coming on up. Let's take it down for our forward folding chair. I'm going to come up to the place my elbows on my knees. So now I'm in this crouch. And I'm going to take my right elbow across to my left knee and reach on up. So I'm down into my Forward folding chair. I'm just taking this little extra twist up. Come on down. Release for the fold. I'm going to come up. Left elbow is going to right knee, and I'm going to take that twist up. Releasing on down. Take the fold. Lift the head and shoulders. Reverse crunch up through the belly. Press through the feet. Big stretch out. Big open arm circle. Come on up. Taking a lateral extension. Let's reach it over. And switch. Come on up to come down, forward folding chair. Release it. All right, we're gonna rock forward. I'm gonna be a little higher in the hips. This is an excellent place for the block. A stool even would work. And I'm gonna bend my right knee powerfully as I keep a soft bend in my left knee. And now I'm extending the body even higher out of that chair pose. Big twist up. I'm going to release down, take a little fold, lengthen up again, bend that left knee powerfully, and twist up to the right. Now you could do this with a hand. You could just rest your elbow on the same knee rather than crossing it like we did earlier. I should have mentioned that on the first side. Okay, releasing on down for this forward fold. Take a little sway to one side. Take a little sway to the other. Let's bend the knees, lift the head and shoulders. Give me a reverse crunch up. Nice big stretch, big open arm circle. Coming on up, let's soften the knees and take our lateral extension, big reach over. Now you might have a little bit more room. Feel that stretch all the way across the top of the hip, the upper. Coming on up to come down, forward folding chair. All right, we're gonna tuck our fingertips right underneath the toes. Bend the knees, soften the knees though. Now lengthen the legs. Arch the back to the ceiling. So I want you to pull through the low back and arch up. Release on out of that. We're gonna come on up, either rest your right elbow on your right knee, bend that knee deeply and take this twist, or if you've got the block, come on up to the block. I've got a soft bend in my supporting elbow. My shoulders are shrugged away from my ears, just letting my head hang. And let's switch. Let's release on down and take a forward fold. I am going to step my left foot back. And I'm going to walk myself around to the edge of, to the side of my mat. So my feet, my toes are pointed toward the edge of my mat. My heels are tilted out just a little bit. I'm on the length of my arms. Maybe a stool or a block would be helpful here. I'm soft in my knees. I'm long in my spine. My shoulders are relaxed away from my ears. We're going to take a windmill twist. So I'm going to rest my weight on my right hand. I'm going to stick to the top of my knuckles to protect my wrists, and I'm twisting up to the left. Let's come down and switch, placing that left hand at center, twisting up to the right. Let's come on down, and now keeping soft in those knees, but the legs are as extended as you can get them. Release the body into a little fold. Lengthen through the arms. We're going to turn the heels in and drop the hips. So we're coming into this like a folding, I don't know, horse, folding goddess. Coming on up through the back of the knees. So extend the legs, turn the toes in again. And we're going to walk around to the front of the mat. So I'm turning my right foot forward. I'm going to step up, release, and take a little fold. Bend the knees, scoop the belly up and in. Press up into our stretch toward the ceiling. Big open arm circle. Let's take our lateral extension, soften the knees. Coming on up. And let's change the stretch. And come on up to come down. Forward folding chair. Release it over. Let the body hang. Take this nice big stretch. All right, I'm tucking my fingers now. I'm going to touch the ball of my foot, placing my toes into the palms of my hands. I'm a little forward into the feet. I'm going to arch my back to the ceiling. Release on down. Let's come on up for that half lift. Now you can rest the right elbow on the right knee and take that twist up, or we can rest on the block. And we're going to switch. Coming on down, release for the forward fold. Take that sway side to side. We are going to bend the knees and you're going to step the right foot back. I'm going to step the left foot back so that you don't have to look at my ass. All right. Soft bend in the knees. Heels are tilted out. You might even be a little wider in placement with the legs this round. So find out if that's a comfortable angle for you. I'm on, let's see, how do I explain this? I'm flat in the back. I'm extended through the arms, but I got a little squish in the elbows as well. I'm going to take my hand now, my right hand, about halfway toward my left foot. I'm still long in the body. Now you might give a bend in this right knee. It depends on where your flexibility is. And now we're going to twist up a little bit further. We're going to come down, walk the hands to center. Let's take a little fold. Lengthen through those arms. Now we're going to take that left arm toward the right foot, about halfway from center to toe, and twist up to the left. Stay up out of that shoulder. I've got a soft bend in this elbow. Unwind it. Let's come to center. Now release a little bit deeper for that bow. Soften the knees. The weight's a little forward. The hips, I want the hips to be in alignment with the heels rather than hanging back behind your feet. Come on up through the arms. Turn the heels in, drop the hips. All right, let's lengthen through the back of the legs. We're going to work ourselves back around to the front of the mat. So turn that foot forward, step up, take a little forward fold. Now let's walk the hands around to the left, add that twist into the fold. And let's switch around that walk. Let's come on through center, bend the knees, scoop the belly up and in, lift and stretch through our reach toward the ceiling. Open up those arms, nice big open stretch. Coming on up, let's take our lateral extension. Now you get to sway that hip even further out. Normally I ask you to anchor those hips over the heels. Let that hip sway. Get longer from the lateral connection to the pelvic cradle. Up through the lat, right over the top of that hip. Come on up to come down. Woo, forward folding chair. That felt good in the worst and most horrible way. All right, let's take the, I lost the words. Take the fingers and touch the arch of the foot. The toes are gonna fall somewhere between the heels of the hands and the wrists. Lean a little forward, scoop the belly and draw up. Arch the back to the ceiling. Unwind it. Rock a little forward, take that forward fold. Bend the knees. Let's come on up. We're going to take that twist. So either the right elbow to the right knee or the right hand to the right to the block and twist on up. Now I'm keeping my head in alignment with my spine, but I've added the extra glance up toward my thumb. Unwind, bend the left knee, and twist up. We're going to come on down for the forward fold, soft in the knees. All right, I'm going to step the left foot back. I mean, we've essentially been taking the same movement. We're just switching sides, but I'm not switching sides because, you know, bad enough to do yoga in a studio with mirrors where you're looking at your body the whole time. Yes, I know body positivity, but give me a break. Okay, we're going to soften the knees. You might be a little, even a little wider in your placement with the feet. Soften the knees. Now, I'm going to take my right hand and put it right in front of my left foot. Soften the elbows, and now I'm going to twist up. Slowly unwind it. Walk the body over to the right side. Left hand is going to anchor right in front of the right toes. And I'm going to twist. Soften the elbow up out of that shoulder. Come on down. Let's take a little forward fold. Now, this is a great place to add the block or fold up that blanket to come down. The weight's a little forward. I want your knees over and hips in alignment with the heels rather than swaying back. And I'm going to actually turn to the side in case you want to see what this is going to look like later. You don't have to look up right now. What I'm saying is instead of being way back behind the heels, you can't see my feet in this shot. I want your weight forward. So your body, especially if you have a belly like me, is way out in front of your toes. All right, we are going to turn the toes or turn the heels in, come up to the length of the arms, and we're going to drop into the hips. Now, you can stay and give yourself support on the hands, soften the elbows. Or if you want to deepen this stretch into the adductors, I'm going to take my elbows to my knees and press out. So my body is folded over. My heels are turned in, and I'm taking leverage against my arms so that I can get a deep stretch through the adductors here. Lengthen up through those legs, turn the toes in, take another releasing fold. And now we're gonna just step in and come to hands and knees. I'm gonna turn myself back to the top of my mat. Release for child's pose. Take a little rock side to side. Open up those elbows, just bow. We're coming up to the hands. I'm gonna press back into my heels. I'm widening my knees, I'm touching my toes. Okay, I'm gonna take my right hand over and line it up to the edge of the mat. I'm gonna take my left arm back and reach. Just tuck that hand back behind the body. Rotate toward that thigh. So my belly button's turning toward that leg. I'm gonna walk myself around. Take the left hand to the edge of the mat. Right hand's just gonna tuck. Turn the body toward that thigh. Coming through center. Lower the body a little bit. Press back into the heels. Take a little rock side to side. Now I'm going to walk my hands completely around. Reach the right arm far away from the body and take a bow. Slowly unwind that. Let's go around to the other side. And far, far, far off the mat. Reach the left hand out and take that bow. I'm feeling this right under the teres minor, right through the top of the obliques. And let's slowly come on up. Release into the bow. I'm going to rest my head on the back of my hands, keeping my body a little bit high to be more in parallel to the mat. Let's come on up through the arms. I'm going to bring the knees in. We're walking everything forward. I'm going to come to my back. So I'm going to move my blanket out of the way. Make sure you've got some room behind you on the top of that head. Not on the top of the head, at the top of the mat so that you don't hit your head on the floor. Whew. All right, we're going to just slowly roll back. Give yourself a squeeze. Rock and roll the ankles. Wiggle the toes. All right, we're going to take some half twists. So we're going to open up the arms in an A frame, palms up. We're going to take a little half twist. So we're just going to take an inhale, exhale, take those knees over, squeeze them together just to about 45 degrees. Inhaling up and taking them half over. So we're going to work this in repetition. Okay, we're going to inhale to center. And we're going to take a big, big, big twist over. So just let the knees drop. Keep them pressed together. Take that left hand over the top of the right leg. Oh, add that extra weight and leverage. Holy Toledo. I am feeling the piriformis. I'm feeling the glute med. I'm feeling my low back. All right, let's slowly unwind that. Oh, let's take a big inhale and go to the other side. Same thing, press those knees together, drop the knees toward the mat. Take the right hand over the top of the left leg. Oh. All right, let's slowly bring that back in. Give those knees a squeeze. Take the hands to the insides of the knees and press out. Roll the ankles, wiggle the toes. All right, we're gonna cross right knee over left. I'm gonna hang on to my left foot. I'm hanging on to my right knee. That was a terrible, that was a terrible verbal direction. Left hand to right foot, right hand to right knee. Draw the knee leg toward the body. Give that leg a squeeze. All right, we're going to release that tension and switch. So take the left ankle over the top of the right knee. Right hand to left foot, left hand to left knee, and draw that leg toward you. All right, let's release the feet to the mat. We're going to take a little windshield wiper sweep, and then we're going to add an extra twist here. So let's just take the knees over. Whew, let them rest. And switch. Let's do that one more time. All righty, take a little tilt to the tailbone, bring the legs in. All right, we're gonna take the right knee, whoops, sorry, lengthen the left leg, just kick my block over. Draw the right knee up, little rock and roll. Someday in the next year or two, when I get my new yoga studio, I will have all the room in the world. Maybe even room for y'all to join me at a safe social distance in the privacy of my own place where we don't have to worry about interruptions or fire trucks or dogs snorting. Well, maybe we might have to worry about dogs, but that's okay. All right, let's take the left hand across to the right knee. Open up the right palm up. We're gonna just take the leg to parallel the mat. Inhale and wind. And drop. Inhale and wind. We're going to do this 3 more times. Two more times. One more time. I'm not kidding. I'm feeling that all the way up into my third rib. All right, now I'm going to take a shift of my bottom hip back. So I'm going to lift I'm putting pressure on my knee to lift my body completely off the mat and rotate even further to the right, to the left. All right, I don't know how else to explain it. I'm going to just shimmy that hip up and back so that I can get a deeper rotation of that knee across the body. All right, let's unwind it. So when you unwind, you're actually cattywampus on the mat. I'm going to put my feet on the mat and shimmy back. So I'm going to rebalance the hips. Let's take the right foot over the top of the left knee, left hand to right foot, right hand, right knee, and give it a squeeze. You should be feeling a big release. I shouldn't shit on you. I am feeling a big release. And let's switch. So left ankle over top of right knee, left hand to left knee, right hand to left foot, draw up. All right, we're gonna take the right leg out now. Bring both hands up on the left knee and hug it up into the body. Right hand to left knee, left hand opens up. Big inhale, we're just gonna take these repetitions. I'm just gonna draw that leg across to about parallel the mat, so I'm not taking it all the way over, and unwinding. So we have 4 more repetitions. I'm exhaling in the twist. Inhaling, unwinding. 2 more. And 1 more time. All right. So you're going to see this little hip rotation. It's not a hip, it's a big hip rotation. I'm going to take the bottom hip off the mat and draw it back so that I can deepen the twist toward the floor with that knee. All right, let's slowly unwind it. So I'm off balance, off kilter, cattywampus. Can I say that another way? Whew. Shift back, get balanced. Bring those knees up, give them a squeeze. Point and flex the feet, roll the ankles, wiggle the toes. All right, from here, take a quick scan of the body. Where do you need a little extra stretch? Maybe we have released something that you haven't noticed. Maybe you have a favorite stretch that we haven't done. I want you to give yourself that room, give yourself that wiggle, give yourself that stretch. And while you do that, be mindful of the body temperature. It's fairly cool out this morning, first thing. I can smell that smoke. So sad, so sad. All righty, give yourself that last little bit of stretch. And we are going to move ourselves into Shavasana. So traditionally, Shavasana is fully extended, legs out, arms at your sides, palms up. You can put your feet on the floor, knees to the ceiling. You can tuck a blanket under knees or neck, fold a blanket under low back. Just give yourself that room to find a place that you are going to be able to rest completely on the mat. And now let's relax into an intuitive breath. We're going to draw our attention and awareness into the state and quality of the forehead. Notice all those tiny little muscles and nerve endings. And feel them smooth out, releasing tension out of the face, down through the cheeks. Unclench the teeth. Let the tongue drop away from the roof of the mouth. Feel soft through the sides of the neck. Feel relaxed over the tops of the shoulders and down through the biceps and triceps. Down through the forearms, a little wiggle of the fingers. Relax the upper body toward the floor. Feel the heavy through the shoulder blades and down to the length of the spine, from the base of the neck, through the space of the ribs, into the hips, maybe a little rock side to side. Relax the glutes. Let's release the energy out of the quads. Wrap that around the back of the knees. Relax through the calves, a little relaxation, flexion, rock and roll, wiggle the toes, release the feet, and let the lower body take rest against the mat. And let's move that attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking and check in. If there's anything pressing against your awareness, let's just slide it off to the side. Holding that silence for a little bit longer. And then anchoring that silence into the breath and just noticing the state and quality of the intuitive rhythm of breath. Let's draw some deeper breaths into the lungs. Big filling inhale, big sighing exhale. We're going to reach those arms out to the side. Take a big stretch away from the center of the chest. I'm going to reach my arms up over the head, of lengthening the arms down the mat. Big yawning, getting out of bed stretch. And I'm going to bring the knee up, give it a squeeze. Bringing the other knee up, giving it a squeeze. Hug those knees into the chest. Let's take a little rock side to side. Rolling from one hip, cross the low back to the other. Till we're ready to rock completely over to one side, resting the head on the arm. Just taking a moment to notice the support of the floor beneath you. Lengthen the top leg and let's slowly work the body off the mat, torso first. Taking a little rock side to side. Coming back into comfortable seated position, however that looks like, whatever that looks like for you. Roll those shoulders back. Lean, take a nice long lean. I'm hooking my fingers over the top of my knee and I'm stretching my body away from that extension. Bow the chin forward. Let's switch sides. All right, I'm gonna stack shoulders over ribs, ribs over hips. Taking a quick scan of the body, checking in, state and quality of the physical form. We're just giving our body a chance to respond to the things that we did today. Moving that attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking. Let's check in. If you've got a to-do list, let's start letting those priority items back into our focus. And now let's just notice that intuitive rhythm of breath. Soft, easy inhale, soft, silent exhale. It's really what carries us through our day. And now let's release, practice, blinking eyes open, I'm gonna take this big final stretch up to the ceiling to finish it off. You do not have to, it's not gonna fuel your jam. Letting all of that go, taking a moment to honor your body for doing what you asked to do today and all the hard work it does to get you from one end of the week to the other. Guys, thank you so much for supporting my online gig, supporting the fucking yoga company, keeping me safe, keeping you safe, and keeping our groove on. I really appreciate it. Don't forget, there's a foam roller workshop coming up. If you are a subscribing member, email me for your, I'm going to send out a coupon code. Actually, you don't need to email me. I'm going to send you out a coupon code to add to that purchase if you want to join. That's on the 29th of August. Even if you can't join, you're going to get a free, not a free, you're going to pay for it, a link, video link to participate in that. Let's see what else is coming up. September 1st is going to be your last chance to become a subscribing member at a special loyalty discount. That will be lifetime if you continue to keep your membership updated and current. And let's see, if you have any questions, you can email me. I'm Julia at yoga@jclynne.com. Hit up the website, theyoffinyogablog.com, EFFING, because the internet doesn't let you swear, apparently. Well, they swear a lot. It's a weird metric. I don't know. Check out the calendar. There's going to be more purchase links. Keep an eye out for the yoga book, the fucking yoga book, Yoga for the Rest of Us, all of the benefits, none of the bullshit, in ebook, paperback, and audiobook. And let's see, you'll start seeing those releases pretty soon on the website. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter if you do that, or Facebook if you do that. Outside of that, hey, enjoy the day. Happy Monday. Woo, I needed that. I hope you feel good. Enjoy. Or just, don't ram anybody with your car. That would be good. Or set anything on fire. I think that's good too. All right. I've given you all of the benefit of my wisdom first thing on a Monday morning. So enjoy. And thanks for watching.